morning.
Buen dia.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. We woke up this morning around like 5:30.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to see the birds and monos. There's like a lot of monkeys, like little tiny monkeys supposedly in this area, and they just like go nuts in the morning, but it's raining.
I know, but what's crazy about the rain is we're in the Amazon. That's how this place stays so freaking lush and vibrant.
Yeah.
And so without the rain, it wouldn't be like this. It'd be like Texas. It'd be like a dry desert in the Nevada plains or something like that, you know?
Yeah. It's really beautiful though, and the rain is like so relaxing in our cute little cabana. Our pool is like overflowing.
Yeah, now it's like a zero, like an infinity, infinity pool.
Yeah, and the river is super, super full and just rushing Napa River. So yeah, it's been a cool morning. Really like peaceful, rainy, snuggly morning. We did get up to try to see the birds. We saw a few.
Yeah.
But I think that they probably prefer to fly when it's not raining so much. So I think we have a break in the rain at like 1, according to your app.
According to the app, so we'll see whenever it does break. We're supposed to go on an excursion today, doing something, not sure if that's gonna happen or not. But we're staying an extra day here at El Jardín in Ecuador. It's like an eco lodge here that we're doing some cool videography here.
We're so grateful that Ecuador Freedom Bike Rentals has sent us into the middle of the wilderness.
Yeah.
We had no idea what this place was going to be like, and it is seriously a little jewel on this planet. It is so gorgeous here.
Yeah, and after talking with the owners there, we see why this is one of the last stops that they put you on for places to stay, is because it is gorgeous. They've got like 9 casitas here, and it's situated right on the edge of the Napa River. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Super magical. So we're gonna have our breakfast, and we'll keep you updated on what we're gonna do today. But I think regardless, it's gonna be a fun day.
Yeah, see you in a bit. We made it onto the boat.
This is so cool. We had like a last minute tour set up. We didn't know what was gonna happen because it's raining, but we've got a roof on the boat.
We do have a roof on the boat, so we're going, this is gonna be a 4 or 5 hour tour on the Rio Napo, and who knows what all we're gonna be doing. I heard something about tubing. I heard something about put on your life jacket. So I gotta put on my life jacket. Here we go.
Okay.
Just launched and we're going upriver right now, which should be interesting. The Rio Napo is, and we just learned about this, is about 1,400 kilometers long.
Wow.
And it starts at Cotopaxi volcano. The snow and ice melt from the top of the volcano creates this river. And then there's a lot of little tributaries and smaller rivers that feed this river also. So starting out, the river is quite small and it grows larger and larger the closer it gets to the Amazon River, which connects in Peru. At times, this river is 3 to 4 kilometers wide.
That's huge.
Totally huge.
That's like a lake.
Yeah. Totally.
Wow.
So it's pretty spectacular river.
Yeah, it's amazing.
How you feeling?
I'm scared.
What are we gonna?
Estoy bien.
Miedo no. Bien. Frío sí. Pero miedo no.
Okay.
We're about to get tubing in Rio Napo, and as we told you earlier, this is fed from Cotopaxi, which has snow at the top. Yeah. And Aaron's pretty excited about it. Oh, it's not bad. Yeah, está bien. Hasta luego. Nos vemos en Amazon.
Be careful with the piranha. If you feel something like this,
Arriba las nalgas. So how's it feel? Can you feel?
The temperature's fine.
I don't know why you're so scared either. All right, so today's adventure.
Just floating down the Napa River.
So it started with, oh, you're gonna go on a river tour, and then Eduardo was all like, oh, be sure to bring your bathing suit and something dry to change into.
Because we're gonna go swimming.
And then now that we're on the tour, we heard that Rio Napo is actually the cold river.
It's not cool.
It's not that cold, yeah. I would say,
He said, well, from where you're from, it's gonna be hot.
yeah. I would say that the San Marcos River in San Marcos, Texas is colder than this river right here.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know that
for
Lake
sure it is.
Ontario is a lot colder, and or any
Yeah.
lakes in Canada I've been in.
So this is kind of relaxing, I think.
Yeah.
Like there's no other people on the river also tubing.
Yeah.
No, there's no locals tubing.
They just threw tourists in it.
Yeah.
we're in the waves. Yeah, we're getting into the waves.
It's probably a stick.
Oh my god, every day adrenaline. Every day!
Every day. Every day I'm pushing her to her limits.
Every day.
So we just visited a Wayusa house, and they are up on stilts like this because if it rains a whole lot, then the river could rise, and they want to be able to have a dry place to live. Around their houses, they have something that's super cool.
Yeah, they're protected by spider webs, and while most of us would probably get rid of them and clean them up, they don't, because they actually are protection from mosquitoes. So there are these big spiders that have like just beautiful spider webs everywhere, and the spider webs are so strong. It's really cool.
So the people and the spiders live together in a way that they both benefit. So
In harmony.
in total harmony. So the people benefit because the webs are creating a covering around the windows, around the eaves and everything that prevents the mosquitoes and moths and stuff like that from coming in the house, while the spiders are benefiting, not just because they now have a food source, but also because the eaves hang over and it protects their webs from being destroyed by the water from the rain.
Yep, that's really cool.
That's so cool. This is such a great tour.
We're going to another little village or house now.
Yeah, let's go.
Tú eres una suerte.
She says, claro.
Claro, claro. So strong. It smells kind of like corn.
This is the clay, something like this. All the process and all the materials and tools the persons find around here. For example, this is one tool and a stone.
Stone?
Yeah, another tool.
Is this?
Yes. Yeah, also this. This is the paintbrush. Big.
Paintbrush?
Yes.
Oh, it's got the little string.
And this is another tool to work here.
Wow.
This is from corns. This we find close to the small rivers. They are in different colors: black, red, yellow,
Yeah.
brown.
So we just had the most interesting and awesome experience probably ever.
Ever. I would call that majestic. My heart is like so warm right now. I just feel so happy we got to like dig into the roots of these beautiful people and how they make handicrafts.
The Wayusa people.
The Wayusa people and their traditions. This is very cool.
Yeah, so they gave us these cool crowns and painted our faces pretty cool. And it was a welcome, it was their traditional welcome.
I got to make ceramics.
Yeah.
So they have these little cards that say the name of the person who made it. So what they do is they put their name on them. So then when people come to their shop and buy a handicraft, then they know who to pay.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Isn't that nice?
That's super cool.
Yeah. It's like a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah? Let me see. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm a jungle gal now.
That's cool. What an amazing day we had.
It was absolutely gorgeous. I gotta say, the guys from Ecuador Freedom Bike Rentals really tied a bow on the end of this road trip by landing us here in the Ecuador Amazon.
Absolutely. This morning started off beautifully. The rain was falling on the roof, which never puts a damper on our parade because we know how to cope through all sorts of situations. So we ended up having some breakfast, and then we got on a boat ride and went up or down, actually down. Went south, yeah, all directions, south on the Napo River, and did an awesome tube ride. It was a little bit chilly at first, but then after our nerves got a little cold, and you couldn't feel anything anyway.
It wasn't that cold, really.
We landed the boat in a little community of indigenous people called the Wasayu. They're such a beautiful community, aren't they?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. We learned some pretty cool things about their culture and how to make ceramics and these incredible bracelets and necklaces and how they make the threads out of plants to create this stuff. And something really cool we learned was that these gals, like a lot of other businesses, are using the exit through the gift shop approach. Which is brilliant. What we really loved about it was they poured their hearts and souls into making us feel really welcome to their community. They taught us how to make the bracelets and the fibers and threads, which was so cool.
They also taught how to dye them with naturally occurring like seeds and the pigments that naturally occur in them. I thought that was super interesting.
Yeah, and I even got to get my hands dirty and make a ceramic bowl. So that was super cool. And then at the very end, they said, you know what, we sell this stuff too. And they took us to their store, and we would have been fools not to get anything, because seriously, what they've created, they've poured their hearts and souls into, and they really did the same for us with our adventure and our visit with them. So if you want to take anything from the Wasayu community, is to really pour your heart and soul into whatever you do, because that is so attractive and that is so valuable to customers.
Yeah, and what's really cool also is that Ecuador Freedom Bike Rentals lined all of this up. We didn't even have to think about it. From lining us up with all the hotels and resorts along the road trip, and also hooking us up with the experiences, like with Ranawa Tours, which is the boat captain Carlos, who took us down the Napo River. Like, that was super awesome. And if you want to connect with the Wasayu people, or even with Ranawa Tours or Ecuador Freedom Bike Rental, check out the description. Their links are down there and their contact information.
Yep, and we would have never ever found this gem of a hotel, El Jardín Boutique Hotel, if it wasn't for Ecuador Freedom Bike Rentals. So we're super pumped. This has been such a gorgeous, heart-filled experience. And you've got one more video to look forward to from this whole road trip. Tomorrow we're driving back to Quito, and it sounds like we have another really full, fun, packed day.
Yeah, so we'll see if we make it on time to our destination.
I hope so.
There's way too much stuff to do, and I think that on the whole trip, we've been trying to do everything. I think you're just really supposed to pick and choose what you want to do along the route.
Maybe.
But for us, we wanted to do everything. So that's why we were late arriving to all of our hotels this whole time.
We're usually late for stuff anyways, because we just like to go to the beat of our own drum. And you should too. So if you haven't yet, make sure you go ahead, click subscribe, hit that bell so you can be notified every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that we come out with fresh videos just for you.
And until next time, friends.
Adventure on.
Adventure on.
Bye. Smear my face.